Coming in at 9,105 pounds, 33 RBTS J-Flight by Jayco here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan is certainly not an ultralight, but it's also not pretending to be. It's not trying, you know. Instead, what we have here is a big triple slide bunkhouse with a private bunkhouse, including its own little daytime lounge for the kids on a rainy day, full-size outside kitchen, the best thermal package available in this category of travel trailer, the best sales record of any RV since 2005 and counting, the single #1 best-selling thing out there, with the longest full RV warranty available in the business. That ain't all bad. And it's also a little bit taller inside, which makes the whole camping experience for folks who are 6 foot plus just a little bit more enjoyable. This model is very cool and good for a lot of things, but travel accessibility is not one of those things. With the slide closed like we see right here, we are pretty much blocked off. This is something I see commonly in big fifth wheels with opposing slides on an island. It just kind of blocks you off. And moving toward the front of the RV, toward the bed and the bath, you're also blocked off there. So this is very much a destination use type trailer. The good news is these are just 12-volt operated slides. If you just need to nudge that a little bit to sneak through, it's very simple to do. Right away, as soon as you step into a J-Flight, especially compared to most things in a wood, skeleton, aluminum skin category, often referred to as stick and tin, which is kind of the street name for this segment, you walk in and you go, oh, this is something nicer. And I think one of the things that kind of helps set that stage is the extra interior height in here. J-Flights are 6'9" tall inside instead of 6'6". And the way they accomplish that is actually very interesting. It starts at the chassis. This actually has a lower floor, not a taller ceiling, and what that results in is a lot of good things. Like, we've got obviously more headroom, more clearance, but also bigger cabinets, taller bunks, taller shower. There's a whole lot of extra benefits of that extra 3-inch interior. Now, the one that we have in stock could be different than the one that you're seeing right here. Like, we will almost always put at least a 15,000 BTU air conditioner on these. We like to put the skylight in the kitchen like you're seeing here. This is called the saddle decor, but all of these things could be different on the one that we have in stock. So keep in mind, this is just kind of generalized footage. This is what we call our standard build at Haylett RV. This tends to be how folks seem to request the most of them from our store. But if you have a different idea how you want one built or put together, or the one in stock could be different, always just easily double check with our team. So one of the focal points of this one, compared to the 32 BHDS, is this kitchen. Because that's one of the main reasons. There's two significant areas where this one differs from a 32 BHDS. First is the kitchen, and second is bathroom location. This one has the bathroom next to mom and dad's room with a shower, instead of the bathroom next to the kids' room with a tub. So there's a few critical differences between them. Now, you'll notice little detail stuff like we've got thermal foil countertops throughout the whole kitchen area here. And this gives us basically a sealed edge counter that's going to be vastly more water resistant than a common countertop. Now, there's pretty darn good storage in this kitchen. That's one of the whole points of the sliding kitchen here, is to give you that extra kitchen space. And something I want to point out is that all of the cabinetry throughout this thing is pocket screwed. It's not particle board with like a sawdust core with staples holding it together. It's actually lumber core, real wood core that's pocket screwed together, very much, you know, like you'd have your residential cabinetry. You saw that they didn't waste anything for storage space. That is a larger 8 cubic foot fridge freezer, and you get that standard in a Jayco. You don't have to pay extra to upgrade to that. And that's kind of the thing with these guys. The stuff that's optional from other brands tends to be standard here. And again, you saw that big pantry right in the slide out here. Because when it's all closed up, it's got a nice clean look. It feels big and open. But when it's you know, opened up, you're like, holy cow, the storage on this thing never quits. And that is like the most awesome little appliance station over there with that power outlet and the shelf and everything. They've just absolutely nailed that. Now, little detail stuff here. If we let me actually step out the door to get a little better angle at this, because this is a big island and there's storage all over the place on it. And if you notice, you've got, you know, more drawer space in here. There's actually little LED underlights directly under the countertop to give us easy viewing there. And you see that we've got these swing open pantries on the end of it. And I say pantries plural because there's a matching one on the other side. They go all the way in these guys. They don't waste any potential space. And they've done something a little different with their recessed sink up here, is they've gone with a recessed cover as well as this roll-away aluminum drying rack, which is very nice for just kind of setting some dishes there. It's one less thing you have to worry about packing away, but obviously you can just set plates on it, and it's very load-bearing. It'll be fine in that regard, too. We're going to kind of segment, just due to the way that this floor plan shaped it, it's easier for me to kind of segment videos, which I don't normally do, but we're going to finish off the living room here, then look at the bunks and the bed and the bathroom. So this table over here, it can only do everything. You can obviously use it for dining, but what I like is because it's not screwed to the floor, you can scoot it around however you want to. There are also you see the doors for the storage below the dinette. There's also totes that will slide open under there to get to that storage easily. Now this table being free floating is very handy because J flights have a wider 30-inch entry door which allows you to take the table outside. So it's a great little picnic table, or you can fold it down over here in front of this tri-fold sleeper sofa and use it for bonus, like little, what am I going to say, coffee table type space, or like little kiddie daytime craft space in front of the sofa or something like that. It's just good for a lot of different purposes. Now, the entertainment center on this, I think, is one of the reasons that the 33RB TSJ Flight has proven very popular in comparison to some other very similar layouts that we have available to us here at Haylets, because it's got a, sofa direct facing entertainment center right here. So there's no bad seat in the house, but the TV actually can swing out to face more toward the kitchen area as well, so that's pretty handy. Now, the entertainment is Bluetooth, DVD, stereo. You've heard those words a million billion times before, but this is also streaming media friendly with a face-mounted HDMI port and charging USB plug. So if you have one of those like Roku, Chromecast, etc. sticks, you're good there. The electric space heating fireplace, as we're going to call it, it is an optional piece of equipment, but again, we found that when you're at this point in the market, people are looking for all of the things, and that is an enclosed, privatized command center in that upper right corner there, above this big entry coat closet with shoe garage. You can kind of see the depth of that shoe garage. You get an idea of how much coat closet space you have right there. So the viewing and visibility of the entertainment and just the general open function and flow of the floor plan is something I think a lot of people really appreciate. And another thing is, like, you can never get trapped in the RV. Like, even if this trifold hide-a-bed is open, it doesn't block anything off, because with an island, there's always two ways around the floor plan. And I think that's one of the handiest parts of this. Like we saw with the slides closed, she is pinched off pretty tight, which is normal with opposing slides in an island. But that is not the world's deepest slide out. It is 12-volt operated, so if you are just trying to get packed up and ready, you can just bump that slide open and fully pack the kitchen up and get the, the fridge cooling down, and then close her up and head on out. So it's not the most travel-friendly floor plan, but it's also far from the worst. Let's take a look at that bunk area in the back there. One of the things they've done very well here is storage. This is a bunk room that actually has really good storage, but what's nice is a lot of it is down here out of the way, where it's there when you need it and gone when you don't. And you can see that under both of the what could be like daytime sofa seating areas, you've got good storage here. So this is a jackknife type sleeper sofa with a strutted easy lift, easy drop bed above. So we've got a nice daytime living area here, but at night this all folds down into extra sleeping space. And there are some bunk models that'll have a dinette here, some have a sofa here, some have the folding cube futons. No matter what we have in stock, it's always wrong. But I do like this arrangement due to the fact that we don't lose sleeping, we gain daytime seating, and we have awesome, awesome storage going on in here. Now, any upper J-Flight bunk is going to be 300 pounds rated per sleeping space. So that's a 300-pound bunk, and that's a 300-pound bunk right there. And this one is what I like to call a big kid bunk. It's a little bit wider so that taller kids can kind of lie crosswise on it, and they're going to be okay. Now down here, it's obvious. This is one of the other cool things on the 33RBTS is we've got 4 separate individual sleeping spaces contained within the bunk room. A 32BHDS has a big entertainment center and storage wall here, which is cool, but this one gives you that 4th individual bed, as opposed to 3 beds plus an outside kitchen. This one gives you 4 plus the outside kitchen. Now back here for entertainment, recently they've started doing something I think is pretty cool, and I think they borrowed very heavily from their sister, the White Hawk, with these little quick release TV mounts. You'll actually find like a matching sort of thing outside, so that if you do allow the kids or you add a TV for the kids in the bunk room here, it can actually float inside or outside. So if you do have to, like, force them outside because they're having a bit of their little grumpy teenage attitude today, which my daughter has at 7 years old. She's very advanced. I'm very happy with her. I can't wait for our teenage years. That being said, she's the best part of my life and the best thing I've ever done, and I'm really not complaining. Anyway, that was a side note. Okay, bunks. Let's back to... Let me refocus on the task at hand here. I get on my tangents. My middle name is Tangent. I wish it was Danger. Okay, I'm sorry. Entertaining myself. Bunks. I used to call these 50% thicker than industry standard. That is no longer true because the industry standard got thinner and crappier. J-Flights are now double the industry standard thickness, and there's only a few of the more premium brands like maybe a Rockwood that will match this. And when I lift this up, you notice that you don't see beaver puke. You don't see particle board and sawdust. You see plywood. And that's going to be the J-Flight story through and through and through and through. They're going to use better materials throughout the entirety of the RV, which is part of the reason that they have double the RV warranty of, well, pretty much anybody. Jayco as a whole has double the RV warranty. Now, there are 3-year structural warranties out there, and they can be neat, but it's not a full RV warranty that like a Jayco has. Now, another thing, like I said, this bunkhouse does very well is storage, and you can really fold up a lot of the kids' clothes and have a lot of stuff just packed in here from shelf to shelf, and have about 6'9" of just pure storage space. Moving forward, we already looked at the entertainment center, so we're just going to kind of cruise on through, take a look at the bathroom and the bedroom. Oh, I'm glad I did walk through here. Little extra thing, just like under the countertop, you've got little LED lighting under the sofas of your J-Flights, and it's an awesome little night light. It kicks on when you need it, it kicks off when you don't, and it's a perfect way, like if the kids need to get to the bathroom, it helps them just kind of like air traffic controller lighting in a way. So this bathroom right here, right next to Mom and Dad's bed. So Mom and Dad at night, you don't have to get up and go tracking across the entire RV. And it's an irregular shaped bathroom, but very much like the 28 RLS J-Flight, it is a very functional, very popular, well executed bathroom. Extra large medicine cabinet and very large countertop space here give you plenty of room for like all of the toothbrushes and toothpastes and all that stuff with some toiletry space below. Porcelain foot flush stool right here, and remember, taller ceilings means taller shower. Being 6'2", 3-ish, whatever, I can stand in the shower without my head even touching the ceiling panel, let alone needing to be in the bubble. I don't need the skylight in this, I just enjoy the skylight in this. And then this little guy. Not terribly impressive during the day. It's what it does for you at night when it makes this whole room glow. Ooh, I guessed the right one. And it makes this a very night-friendly bathroom because that whole white shower there is going to glow very brightly. Now, J-Flights do have 80-inch true queen beds. So longer, taller folks like me, you're going to sleep very comfortably in here. Full-size overhead cabinet and dual hanging closets, and big open side stands for CPAP friendliness, along with household and USB chargers on this side right here make your phone charging or extra lamps or alarm clocks or whatever you got very simple and easy to get to. We do have TV hookups up here in the corner, and a little detail thing I want to point out in these, because it's very uncommon and it's easy to miss and overlook, is the fact that not only can you turn Jayco air vents, you can also close them. They're both vented and louvered. And what's nice about that is, like, I'm a heat box. I like to have cold air blowing right on me. My wife is not, and she does not. So I can make this thing point toward my side of the bed and not freeze her out of her side of the bed. And finally, we do have a very easy lift bed here. You've got the double struts to get under the entirety of the storage for just simple, easy indoor or outdoor access. Now, the common theme of doing a bunch of little things a little bit better than pretty much everybody else really continues outside, but not a lot of people pay attention to the details on the outside of the camper. Everybody seems to be really focused on show me the inside, show me the inside. Well, you know, you're buying the outside as much as the inside, so let's take some time to really learn about her. Like, we've got extra large, wider and taller baggage doors on both sides of the RV for easier access. Now, a lot of brands will put a bigger door on this side, but not the other side. This tends to be the side of the RV that you purchase. That tends to be the side of the pass-through storage that you use. So Jayco gives you bigger doors on both sides. And you can also see that they actually fully trim out their baggage doors here, so that if there's like on a rainy day or something drips, like condensation on the skin of the trailer drips on there, it's not going to soak up and, you know, swell and be moldy or musty or whatever. Little detail things. You can see two of them right here. LED, tail, and marker lights. Not just tail lights only. And you can see that they also top seal all exterior components just for that extra layer of protection. I point that out because that's not normal. And there's nothing necessarily wrong with not doing it. There's just a difference between good and better. And they did a better job there than a lot of other brands do. I mentioned it inside, how this has a lower floor and not a taller ceiling. And this is how they accomplish it. With a custom engineered chassis. Every single Jayco, whether it's a J-Flight, a Feather, or whatever, every single chassis is custom engineered and cambered to meet the load demands of this specific floor plan. And in the case of J-Flights, they also use integrated A-frames, which allows them to actually lower the body of the RV. So they were able to make this taller inside without being taller outside. That's pretty darn cool. And along the way, they gave it a lower center of towing gravity and more headroom inside. All positive things, but it is a more expensive chassis. J-Flight is probably the single most expensive trailer in its class. Yet, it's been the single best-selling RV out there since 2005 and counting. So I think that that says a lot. They're doing the things that need done. You know, kind of regardless of price. They're doing the most important factors where they're the most important. Now, this is something you can't see, and that's the J-Flight thermal package. And they don't actually cold chamber and like 4 seasons test these things. I despise that phrase, but that's the phrase that the industry uses. So it doesn't matter if I like it or not. That's the words that I'm kind of required to use to be able to effectively communicate with folks like you. So this thermal package on here, it starts with an enclosed and heated underbelly, and that is where most trailers stop until you hit something extremely heavily insulated like the Eagle level. So this starts with an enclosed heated belly, but it also adds an additional layer of both residential batten insulation and thermofoil insulation into the belly. This has thermofoil insulated slides. And then they also add additional insulation through the roof and wrap down the nose cap, like I said, eerily like a fifth wheel. So this has the heaviest insulation package available within this class. There is not another trailer in this category that can match that. But the question here is, do you need all that? And that's why we carry so many different brands here at Haylets. This thing's beautiful, don't get me wrong. And there's a lot of people that come in and go, I get it, it's big, it's bad, it's nice, it's awesome, but I don't need all that. Well, congratulations, welcome to Haylet RV, where we only carry between 450 to 500 RVs at any given day. We're gonna have something else like this that maybe fits you a little bit better. And that's the thing. It's not that people go, well, which RV is the best? No RV is the best, but they're all the best at different things. So it's a matter of determining the thing that you're looking for. Now, in a very minimal amount of space, you've got your electrical, your water hookups right here. Those are your 2 most critical hookup things, and I love the location of those right next to where your park hookup would be. This is another optional piece of equipment, but the 2-inch receiver hitch on the back here gives you the ability to bring things like bike racks without voiding your warranty. And that is a conversation I don't mind having. Again, transparency is what we specialize in here at Haylet RV. But a lot of RVs, they talk about their 3-year structural warranty. But if you want to put a bike rack on the back of it, you're going to void said warranty. So they're built for failure. This is not. This is also built backup camera ready, whether you're looking for a backup camera or an observation camera, which can work in motion is the difference, by the way. We have all those here at Haylet RV or available through our online parts store. The ladder is an optional piece of equipment to give you access to that full Magnum Truss roof structure. And let me blaze through the construction of this really quickly. If you have more questions, give us a call. Let's start with the floor. We already talked about the chassis, so moving up to the floor, we've got 2x3 wood studs in the floor, set every 12 inches on center, running longitudinally with heat vents running between them. On top of that, we have 5/8 tongue and groove plywood floor decking, which right there is another area this very quickly differentiates itself from almost anything else out there. The Cherokee family of campers has a very similar floor construction. Moving up in the walls, we have 16-inch on-center wood studs with hand-tucked and glued batten insulation so that as you're bouncing down the road, it doesn't start to sag down and compress and leave thermal gaps at the top of the trailer. And then the roof structure. We've got Jayco's, what, 4,500, 4,800, whatever, over crazy built roof structure it is. 4,500 pounds with 5-inch arched roof trusses that are thicker, have heavier duty nail plates that won't scratch up and potentially short out wiring, and 3/8 walk-on roof decking. There are plenty of other walkable roofs. This is just the heaviest, ratedest walk-on roof structure out there. Very, very nice if you live in a heavy snow load climate, by the way, because snow can pile itself up all day long in this, and it ain't gonna collapse and crush. Full-size outside kitchen, and an easy-to-miss detail is the countertop height in your J-Flight is actually a little bit lower. I think part of that is really due to that integrated A-frame chassis. That custom-engineered chassis keeps the entire outside kitchen lower. But this overhead door right here, still plenty tall. I can still walk around in here with no sweat whatsoever. It's like, I don't know, close to 7 foot of clearance. Never bothered measuring it, never had to. Something I didn't point out inside is that any overhead door in your J-Flight, even an SLX base model, is going to be strutted like that, so it is self-supporting. Now, there are outlets out here if you want to add appliances or anything. If you don't want to use the cooktop right here, stainless steel top makes it additional counter prep space, and we have a real sink with a real drain that goes into a holding tank. It doesn't just drizzle onto the ground. Plywood boxed drawers, inside, outside, everywhere, and they have beveled edges that aren't going to give you the splinters on top. And the bigger outside refrigerator so that we can keep extra drinks out here and keep the kids from tromping in and out of the RV. Now, one of the differences I mentioned between this and a 32 BHDS J-Flight is that the bathroom location. This one does not have a direct entry bathroom. However, the bathroom is basically next to the entry door, just loop around the entertainment center. And that does mean that you're walking on completely carpetless flooring throughout if you are zipping in and out of the bathroom. So this is an RV that generally will stay easy to clean. You can keep drinks outside so that we're tromping in and out of it less. And like I mentioned, we've got double the full RV warranty going on here from almost every other trailer anymore. Windows are UV tinted. The awning has speakers built right into the arms, so there's not dual 4-inch holes drilled through the side of your trailer that are potential leak points. LED lighting under the awning. I mean, how much more do you want to know? We can go on for days on this thing. But I don't know what pieces of information you're necessarily looking for. So if there's anything that we haven't covered in this video, and we've covered a lot, but there's still more for sure, then give us a call here at Haylett RV. Number's 800-256-5196. We do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between with the exception of hidden dealer fees. We don't do those because we don't like those either. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.